So welcome one, welcome all. It's just a follow-up on since week. Yes, because what was I supposed to do? My picture in the newspaper, the national newspaper. Okay. What was I supposed to do? Everybody knows the salary is little to nothing in Jamaica, the nursing salary. And like I said, I have a young kid, a little kid looking after. I have myself. So anyhow, moving along. So I did do my hours, do my, and I'm like, he was trying to work the overtime, just to pay student loan. It still wasn't adding up. It still wasn't adding up, right? And I used to have one of my co-worker sister come over on the hospital compound and stay with my son. One day now, only to hear my son teacher. By this, he was going to Mona Prep. And who knows Mona Prep kind of uppity, right? Only to hear one of his teacher to let me know that my son, right, at the time was because he's young, telling her that at nights he have this auntie Samantha that comes over and stay. I'm like, huh? I was like, oh yeah, that's his babysitter because I'm not there in the nights. So she comes over, stay with him, and get him ready for the driver. By this, he had a bus driver who would take him to school, right? I wasn't driving at the time. So I was like, yeah. So she prepares him, meet the bus driver, and he comes to school. Yeah, that's Samantha. Yeah, she does come over in the night. I don't know what the nurse was, I don't know what the teacher was trying to implement. Because remember, kids talk. So whenever kids talk, they come up with all these wonderful stories at school and carry your business at school. So teacher now readily licking her lips thinking it's some juicy story. Like, okay, yes. There's a Samantha that comes over and stays in the night and sleep over at nights, yes. But she's a babysitter. Yes. So that's that with that. But like I said, I bust my, but luckily, I think at the time when the student loan was like riveting everybody, like on everyone's tail, I think bless Scotia Bank, they picked up on it through, I think Scotia Bank and Ministry of Health. I don't remember how I saw it or someone showed me where they were consolidating loans. Ooh, that was the best thing. So I utilized this consolidation loan, and what I did, they paid student loan for me, gave me one big check to give student loan, and then I just focused on one payment monthly to Scotia. And that's how I got rid of student loan and was able to breathe a little. Yep, that's how I got rid of student loan. So I need to train. I'm not gonna leave Jamaica until I do a specialty. That's another thing. I was like, I'm here at UWI. They send nurses to do courses. I need to get one of these courses. That was another thing. I'm like, I'm adamant I'm not leaving as no bedside nurse. Why? Because I hear how bedside nursing hard overseas in the first world countries. I hear how hard it was, like very hard. You understand? So it's like, I'm not gonna leave as a bedside. I have to get a specialty out of UWI. Because the time I'm gonna spend, might as well I do something and then leave. I think I'll be better off in a special, and that's exactly what I did. And that was another thing. It was so hard and rough. I thought I almost died because when I was doing that course, they cut. I was getting to nil to nothing. And I remember I had this little kid sending to school privately. We barely made it, literally, like barely. But I tell myself it's a sacrifice. And this is it. Whenever you're doing anything, just look at the long haul. Just have your tunnel vision on. Keep your tunnel vision on. Okay? Until you get there. You will get there. Trust me. But I remember that was some rough time. Rough time. But I carried on and I was successful. And by this was just me and kid. And this is the thing. That's why when individuals say America is hard to work, which I agree. When you come up, it's very hard to integrate. It's very hard. I'm not gonna lie. But like anywhere else in the world, because even back home in Jamaica, I remember when I said, okay, I'm gonna do a specialty, and I went to the OR to train. People are like, I wish I go. So I wish she think she go. And I'm not joking. Right? I guess it was hard. Like, they tried. Like, it was no walk in the park when I was doing my course. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I was a little bit, But it was hard. It wasn't a walk in the park. They try to make it difficult for me. They try to like, yeah. It was like going through hoops and loops. At one point, I remember there was a St. Lucian girl, bless her heart, we're still friends up to the day. She told me, Norda, be careful. Like, I remember having friends, and friends go as far as going to the instructor to tell the instructor. I don't remember what it was on me, just like that. Every second, ever so often, they're calling me, oh, Norda such and such, oh, Norda such a... I was like, yeah. My lucky bless my St. Lucian friend was like, be careful, Norda. Yep, be careful. And then after that, many persons were coming and telling me in the class, like, be careful, because I think they're just out for you. Yeah. And it was me and few other persons. I think it was me, and you had a couple other persons who I don't know what it was. And if they think the course was too good for us, I don't know what it was. But it wasn't a walk in the park. One of the person dropped out because they said that she wasn't grasping the concept. There was another one which they asked to repeat and repeat and repeat. And like I said, and you have other individuals, you know, like I wasn't buying into their bull. They tried to create a mayhem. But anyhow, through my mom's prayers and, you know, and God's guidance and blessings, I was successful. And I became an operating room nurse in 2013, I believe. Yep. After that was okay. And then I said, you know what, let me start studying so I can go overseas. So initially, I was trying to get to Canada. Initially. And then what happened is that I think 2012 or 2013 they changed the exam to one universal exam, NCLEX exam. So this NCLEX exam is both for Canadians and the US. So if you pass this NCLEX, so it's like basically Canada was also doing the NCLEX. So they away with the Canadian exam because Canada had their exam. So they away with it and they started using just NCLEX for Canada and the US. So when I did, although I signed up through Canada to do it, right? When they switched over, I just went to the US and did the exam, and that's when I got through. When I got through now, I initially decided that, okay, I'm definitely gonna go to America. So I switched from Canada. I didn't bother with Canada because everybody knows that the US is a little bit easier sometimes, especially with certain things, certain careers. So I said, let me switch. Right? And after that, like I said, so UWDs now, like I said, it was fun. After I got my exam, I started having fun, like it was just fun and mayhem because I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave and I don't know when I'm gonna come back, and I know it's a whole different setting overseas, so let me just have some fun. Fun I did have. For those of you who know me, yes, you'd see me here and there just living, right, and enjoying life, and yeah, that's what I did. So that's my situation there during the UA days. Like I said, it was all good. It was all good. Like, there are a lot of hiccups, but I'm just saying this to say that whenever you have your vision and your dreams, don't let anybody deter you. Stay focused no matter what it is. And another thing is, I remember when I was at UA, I was like, you know what, it's okay if I don't settle down because I'm gonna settle overseas, because I don't want anybody to stop me. Because sometimes when you settle or you're married or whatever, you hear, oh, who can't leave because then they're not gonna get a job and it's hard. So I was like, fine, being single or to myself for the most part and just focusing on my kid. I was like, and I'm not gonna have any more kid out there because I can't afford it in Jamaica, and that's just gonna hold me down. So with that, I just stepped off and let it be and said, when I migrate, I'll do all of that. So like I said, in Jamaica now, I got the impression like, they're very, like there's outstanding bachelors and everything's gonna be cool. And when I came now, that's another situation. About culture shock. Even dating. Like, you may think it's easy and like use and say that, you know, it's supposed to be easy because nice people are. No, it's a whole different ball game. The dating world up here, like, Jamaican men is one thing, and you have an idea what to do with Jamaican. Up here, it's another thing. It's another thing. And we'll get into that and we'll go into that further on down the line. So that's where I'm gonna stop for today, and that was my time there at UE. And like I said, that's what I did. I got through, and then a friend gave me the link to come up. So I came up on my own. So for those who want to know, I came up on my own. I took a small loan and I paid. I didn't, the recruiters that I came up with, it's a situation where you pay for yourself and they claim that you get the same benefit as a American nurse. So this is where I'm gonna stop today on my journey. And when we come back, we're gonna talk about, I'm gonna share the different methods that can be used when you're migrating as a nurse to the US. And the one that I chose, I'm going to continue on the one that I chose, and the process and the benefits and the advantages versus the disadvantages. Okay, so stay tuned and I'll see you soon. All right, peace.